morning, Quadcopter 101 here. What I got for you today is a review of the new little Hubsan H502S model. Now the H502S model, as you might infer, is a small, scaled down version of their more popular and very capable Hubsan H501S model. The H501S is a brushless quadcopter with a 1080p camera with follow me mode. What's the difference between the H502S? Well, the H502S is much smaller, for one thing. Let's put them side by side here. And it also is a, I'm sorry, did I say brushed? This is a brushless version. The 502 or 501S is brushless. The 502S is brushed motor. Brushed motor, it's smaller. It doesn't have a 1080p camera. It has a 720p camera. It does have follow me mode. And and a GPS. This is one of the first toy grade quadcopters. This and its little brother. Well, it's little brother. It's the same exact size, same shape. The 502E model also has it, but it has GPS. But this version, the 502S model, also includes follow me mode, simulating what the 501S has. With that in mind, the 502S also comes with more or less the same transmitter as the 501S. However, I did try to bind the 501S transmitter with this quadcopter. It did bind, but because this video is 720p instead of 1080p, the on-screen display and the FPV video was corrupted on the video screen. So you probably can control the flight of the quadcopter, but you won't get FPV video. So keep that in mind if you try to do a bind and fly with a 501S transmitter. So this is the 502S transmitter that comes with the quadcopter. It enables you to either fly an altitude hold with this left switch down, or turn it up and turn GPS on and fly with position hold. This quadcopter also has return to home mode, and you have to be in GPS on, and you flip that switch up and the quadcopter will return to home and land. This and the 502E are the first toy grade brushed quadcopters that I've seen with GPS and return to home ability, with real return to home ability, not one key return. This one will fly back and land itself where it took off from, along with the 502E version does the same thing. So let's see, I don't want to turn return to home on for today's flight, but we'll turn on GPS on. It does have headless mode, which you activate by pressing into the pitch or to the throttle stick, and it does have follow me, where the quadcopter will follow you around, which you activate by pressing the follow me or the pitch roll stick, this one right here. To lock and unlock the motors, to start them up in idle, or shut them off after landing, you bring the both sticks down and out. Very simple operation. Now, we are going to start it up and go for a flight of the 502S. First off, the thing it's going to do is with the 502E and with the 501S is it's going to tell me to do a compass dance. Now, this compass dance, to calibrate, get off of there, fly, you bother me. This compass dance of the quadcopter can take quite a bit of time. So let's go right into it, and we'll go into a flight of the 502S. Okay, we are going to use this grayish rock here as our reference position for takeoff. I'm going to put the quadcopter right beside it, and we're going to turn on the transmitter first off, and we're going to turn on the quadcopter by plugging it in, and those two should bind together shortly. Putting it down flat on the ground and seeing if we get a bind here shortly, and there we do. We got video. And it says, do calibration compass 1. So what that means is, folks, you got to do a circle dance until it says calibrate compass 2. Now, the way I've done this is I've turned like this several times, and it doesn't seem to want to switch. This is true for the 502E. Well, there we go. Now you point it down and do the same thing until the calibrate compass direction goes away. I don't know if you can see that or not, folks. And there, okay, it's calibrated. It took about 4 turns each, I'm guessing, before it was calibrated, but now it is. It's ready to go, and I'm a little bit dizzy. I do it that way because when I do it by hand, you know, just spinning it by hand, it takes forever to get the thing to calibrate, but when I do a circle me dance, it seems to be much faster. Okay, we're going to take off from right about there, right beside the rock. Okay, and we're going to wait for the GPS to switch from all zeros. Right now it says all zeros on both of these, so I don't have compass or GPS lock on either the transmitter, which is the bottom yellow one, or the quadcopter, which is the top purple one. Right now I got 3 satellites locked on this, but I need more. I need about 6 to get a compass lock or GPS lock. I'm going to move away from the quadcopter too to give it some space while it's looking for satellites. And we'll come back to that here shortly, to its flight, as soon as I get all satellites. Okay, I got satellite lock on the transmitter, but still no satellites on the quadcopter. Okay, 3 satellites on the quadcopter, 4 satellites on the quadcopter. Come on, you can get more than that. We need 6. 5. Well, I guess you need 5 to get a satellite lock, but no, it still says altitude hold. Okay, I got GPS hold. I guess 5 satellites are all you need. I want to get one more though, to make sure that we have sufficient number of satellites. Well, I'm going to take off with 5 satellites. We got GPS hold on, return to home off. We got 8 satellites on this and 5 satellites on the quadcopter. Unlocking by bringing down and out. That should... Aircraft, no GPS. It doesn't allow you to take off unless you have 6 satellites. So we gotta wait. Okay, we got 6 satellites now. Now it will let me take off, I'm pretty sure. Down and out. Okay, there we go. Let's get into the air. Okay, I got GPS position, hold on. We got a breeze coming from that direction there, so that's going to adjust its altitude a bit. Let's take it up a little bit higher. Now before we go, I always like to check position hold. Make sure it's not getting any toilet bowl effect by spinning around. And also I'm going to activate the camera right now. Turning the camera on. Camera's on, high. It should be recording. I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I'm seeing the recording insignia. We're recording. Now this thing, again, has GPS. And it's supposed to return to home if you fly out of range. So we're going to fly out of range. Let's keep going until we hit out of range and see what it does. Now I'm looking at its screen there as I'm going out there, outbound, flying GPS, or flying FPV, and still going outbound. Going up a little higher, losing FPV signal. And what's my range? 131 meters. I can still see it. Let's do a return to home from about 150 meters there. Return to home on. It climbs. It turns itself back toward my position. And then it should fly back. Okay, there it goes. It's starting its way home. It's on its way home. Now let's go over by that gray rock where we took off from. I can't remember where that rock was, but let's see if this remembers where it was. Oh, there it is. We took off from right here. So let's see how accurate its landing is. Here it comes again, and this is the first toy grade brushed quadcopters, these two Hubsans, the 502S and the 502E, with return to home and GPS and actual return to home landing. None of that one key return baloney that you see on a lot of other toy grade quadcopters. Well, the accuracy of that return, I don't know. It's going to be off by a few meters, but it brought it back more or less home. Okay, that's where it thinks the home was. And I think the actual takeoff point was, I forgot where it was. Oh well, let's get back into the air. Before we do, I'm going to turn off the video, make sure we got that recording. Always do that every landing, folks. If you're flying, make sure to turn the video off and back on again. That makes sure you get a recording of your flight. Okay, turning the video off, video on, video's recording, going back up in the air by unlocking the blades, down and out, return home switch is on, got to turn that off. Okay, that's why it wasn't starting up. Going back up, now, again, this has follow me, right? This is supposed to follow you around wherever you go. But I want to show you what the limitation of that is. Let's hit follow me from right there. I'm going to activate follow me. You press follow me button, it points itself toward you. It should be pointing toward me now, and it is. Let's go for a walk and see this thing follow me. I'm going to go downhill. Will it follow me downhill? That's the question. Actually, I don't think it will. The 501S, the bigger model, does not, it maintains its altitude that you set the follow me at. So if you go downhill, it's going to stay there. If you go uphill, it's going to stay there. But once we get down this hill here, I am going to lower its altitude, and it should be below its takeoff point. I want to see if it can actually go below its takeoff altitude as I go downhill here. Okay, see how it's higher than where we were when we took off? Okay, so now we know that it maintains the altitude it was at when it took off, or when you hit that altitude or follow me mode. Now let's lower the altitude of the quadcopter. Let's bring it over here, right about there. And let's lower the altitude below where it was when it took off. Well, is there any problems with doing that? No, it lets you do that. Now let's hit follow me. Follow me is on. Now let's walk uphill again. Will it get closer to the ground as I go uphill? I think so. Eventually I'm going to need to raise its position. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe not. No, that's true. It's getting closer to the ground as I go uphill. It's almost touching the ground now, so keep that in mind, folks. If you're using follow me and you're going up or down hills, you are going to need to adjust as you fly or as you go around. Okay, let's do a little more follow me. We're going to take it over here, a little distant. Follow me is on. It turns itself. It automatically turns itself and it points itself at you, and then you go for a walk. Now, I'm not driving across the desert with this today, because this one doesn't have the flight time of its big brother, the 501S. The flight time of this, I think, is around 9 minutes. You know, it's more than sufficient for most flights. And the batteries on this are probably going to be widely available. I forgot to mention, there's a little 600 milliamp hour 7.4 volt battery inside there. And I'll show it to you after we land. But it should be pretty cool for beginners. Let's go down a little lower. How about to follow me from there? No, I don't have follow me on. Let's go down right about there. Follow me on. Okay, you on? Follow me? Yeah, it sure as heck is. So, we're flying around here in the desert, flying low. Let's bring it in closer so you can see me. Right about there. Follow me on. Follow me on. And it's not pointing at me, so follow me is not on. Okay, follow me should be on. Well, it's on. Yeah, I can see me. Want to follow me this way? It doesn't seem to be pointing at me anymore, but it's following me, but not pointing at me. It's flying sideways. Hey, I want you to point at me. I think it thinks that maybe this the GPS only has 9 satellites, so it thinks the GPS is over there. So I'll walk this way. Well, it's pretty neat. Actually really neat if you think about it. Walking around the desert with your quadcopter following you. Let's go this way. Will you follow me this way? Yeah, kinda. How about over here? How about over here? How about if I run under you? What are you gonna do? Oh no, it's pretty cool if you think about it, folks. Now, what's the advantage of this one over the 501S? Well, the advantage of this one, let me hit the recording off. I want to make sure I got that recording. But the advantage of this one is, let's bring this in a little closer. We're in position hold. Bring it down a little lower. This one is safe. You're not going to chop off your hands by messing around with this one. You know, this is a toy grade with brushed motors. It's not going to harm you significantly like a 501S would. Look at it, trying to go back to its position so you can fiddle with it. Camera going back on. Follow me some more. I'm over here. Not over there. Over here. Follow me. You follow me? What's it saying? There's a little red light there. Record. Oh, I'm hitting the record button. Oh, we're getting low on batteries, folks. That quadcopter's getting low. Okay, recording is on. So this is going to be landing here shortly. We're going to fly until it lands itself. I get a kick out of this thing. Come on over this way. I'm over here. Your little buddy quadcopter. Let's bring it in even closer. Follow me on. I shouldn't be going over there. I'm not over there. So if you get it too close to you, its accuracy of pointing at you is less than desired. Let's go out a little further over here and hit follow me from there. Just follow me on. Okay, follow me is on. And it becomes more accurate the further you go away, folks. So keep that in mind. If you're going to use follow me, you want it out about, I don't know, 10 meters at least. 10 to 20 meters. And then the follow me becomes much more desirable, much more accurate. I'm going to come down a little lower too. Follow me on. I'm going to turn off the record button here again. I want to make sure I got that before it looks like it's going down. It's going down. And that's the end of the battery. That's how much flight time you get. and unlock, or shutting it down. Shut down. Or does it shut itself down after that? There you go, like that. Okay, there we go. I think I need to calibrate. I didn't calibrate the sticks on this quadcopter. I need to do that. So, to make it a little more accurate on takeoffs and shutdowns, it should be a little more faster than that. But that was the 502S model. Make sure I got that right, 502S, yeah. Actually, this is the second flight. I flew it up in the canyons yesterday, but I forgot to hit the record button. Or actually hit the record button after the landing, and I lost all my video. So redid it again, and I did multiple on and off of the camera. That's why I was doing that, to make sure I got the video. So, interesting quadcopter, isn't it? Toy grade quadcopter with GPS and follow me mode. Hope you enjoyed this flight. This is Quadcopter 101, signing out.